Hi, I'm Cheryl Golden and welcome to Bread and Circuses. This is your Newman Studies Program core course for the Creative Spirit. And what I'd like to do in this video is to just navigate our course, run through the basics of our class so that I can be sure that you have the ability to just get through the basics. So let's get going. So here we are, as you can see, at our Newman website. And I go through faculty and staff, you'll go through students. Hit on the Blackboard tab, and then what you want to do is find our Bread and Circuses class. As you can see, I have far too many courses here on my list, but for here, the CS Bread and Circuses is yours. Right now it notes that it's unavailable. By the time you get to it, I think it should be available. So when you click on that tab, you'll come up first to the Begin Here page. That's noted over here. And what you'll see here are a list of videos, paperwork, to get you through our course. Please do take the time to go through this particular page. So you'll see an introductory video or two from me. You're watching the Intro 2019 right now. Thank you very much. You'll find a tab for announcements. So if you understand there's an announcement, go here. You'll also find what do we need for our technology standards, little information about me, contact information. You can get me in my office, certainly on Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 to 11, Monday and Wednesday mornings. I'll be there for sure. I'm probably going to be there more than that, but I'll be there at that time. And you can call. My extension is 2178, the main number. You can always get me through email. So feel free. I'll definitely be checking, and I hope you will too, I'll be checking my email daily for references from you. So please also check your email for messages each day from our class. We want to take a quick look at the course objectives here for Bread and Circuses. This is a Newman Studies Program core course, so it's an interdisciplinary upper division class. And you're now in an 8-week summer session, so you kind of hit the jackpot, right? Upper division, summer session, 8 weeks. Let's be patient. Let's just try to get through it. I hope you'll actually enjoy it as well. I think this is a good topic, and it's a good thing to study, especially in the summer, to be honest with you. So we want to make sure in this class that we engage in, examine the creative spirit core objectives. And these include, how do we engage in the creative spirit? Where does human creativity come from? Big question. How does the creative spirit lead us toward transcendence? Can the creative spirit actually lead us to be transformed in some fashion? Can we transcend the day-to-day into something higher? Big issue. How does the creative spirit connect and link us to one another? Where can we recognize expressions of our creative spirit? This can be in literature, music, art. How has the creative spirit influenced various aspects of society through history, in government, in the business sector, even in science? So we have a bold agenda here. We have a bold agenda, the creative spirit, human creativity, and how it is a part of who we are, but also a part of a greater community. So in that regard, because it's such a big question, we're going to narrow it down to the history of the city and the role that arts and entertainment play in the city. Bear with me. So for example, why have cities supported public art and entertainment in the past? And we have lots of examples of that. Why has this tradition continued? Why do we feel that art, public entertainment is valuable to us? How do we determine the sort of public art and entertainment that's actually suitable for city space or civic space? We'll run into a couple of controversial ideas along that regard, right? What is good for a city? Is an NFL franchise good for a city? Is public art good for a city? What kind of art is good? How does the art and entertainment supported by a city help to confirm and create that city's identity? You might be thinking of the Keeper of the Plains here in Wichita, Kansas, that monumental art is iconic. It represents what Wichita is. It's our Native American history and culture. It's a great venue for people to meet and greet, right? It's along the river. Actually, it's where the two branches of the Arkansas River meet. So a very interesting example of iconic art that sort of forms our identity. Right? How do we experience such displays as a community? How does community entertainment actually bring us together? So those are our big goals. Those are our big ideas. We're going to look at the creative spirit as an idea, as a concept, and then we're going to use the city and the history of the city and its relationship to the art and entertainment to explore that idea of the human spirit and human creativity. Okay. Let's see, syllabus. Under this tab, you'll find both our syllabus and our course calendar. The syllabus will have our course description. It'll have our various dates, expectations. So please do take the time to take a look at this syllabus. So again, course description, which we've already talked a little bit about, our various Newman Studies Creative Spirit goals. Again, we'll be using those a lot in this class. You'll have the required book that you need to purchase is Antigone. That's a play from ancient Greece, absolutely. There are lots of versions of that out there. I have one selected for you at our book service. Please feel free to use any version you want. I'll also have some PDFs, some chapters from books, some chapters from newspapers, some economic reports on the Superdome in New Orleans. There's a variety of things to take a look at. So it's not just Antigone you'll be reading, but every week you'll have assigned readings. There are lots of assignments. There's basically 2 to 3 weekly assignments. One of them will be some kind of report. It might be written, it might be a reflection of an event you went to, it might be a photo essay. Hang on, don't worry. So every week there's something due that's sort of your contribution to the class. There's also some quizzes, there are some discussion boards, so there's a lot to do every week. Again, 2 to 3 things. We want to keep you engaged, keep you going. And there's plenty of opportunities to score points. Not your entire grade won't write on one assignment. Our first assignment that's due is due Monday, June 17th. That's a week after the course officially starts. There's a prompt at Blackboard for this, but basically the idea is find an activity associated with your city or any city, maybe the city you're visiting right now, and the arts and entertainment, and go to it, if you can, for real, not just virtually. Your venue must be a venue supported by public tax dollars. So think about the Keeper of the Plains if you're in Wichita. The Wichita Art Museum is free on Saturdays. You might be going to a public park. You might be going to a Veterans Memorial Park, which we have right here in Wichita along the river. So find a venue, find a location, something that's part of the cityscape, right? And go to it. Then what you want to do is figure out a way to address how your event or your venue reflects one of the goals for the creative spirit component of our class. We'll get to that prompt before we leave this video. There will be 3 written reflections due in this class, one from Antigone, one on an article by Keith Hopkins where he talks about gladiators in Rome, and then one on Shakespeare where Stephen Greenblatt describes how the city of London itself influenced how Shakespeare wrote. Right? So sometimes we think of how people influence the art of the city, and sometimes we think about how the city influences the actual art. There will be some reading quizzes, some discussions, and we do have a final project as well. Don't worry too much about it. We'll have another video on that, and we'll discuss that more fully. Let's get out of that. And let's go back to our Begin Here page. So that was our syllabus. If you continue under that link under syllabus, you'll also find a course calendar that will put on one single page all the assignments that are due throughout the course of our class. You'll also find a link there for our summer final project. Take a look at that, though we will have another video for that. You'll see here that Antigone is your required book, the only book, and that there are other materials in your content folders. You'll also find our grading scale, a list of expectations for you as a student. This is your class. I know it's summer and there's lots of things to do this summer. You've got family, you've got jobs, you've got travel. Maybe you're preparing for to take a big exam like the MCAT or the LSAT, or your praxis if you're an education major or a nursing person. So you've really got a lot going on, and I appreciate that. But this is your class. Use your time well. I think you'll find that we're going to be talking about issues that relate to life after college, and that's one of the main reasons we have this Newman Studies program. There's a discussion board. Please be nice. Please know that this is a place for learning. Let's help each other in the work that we're doing. Let's help to create more in-depth analysis. You'll see what I'm getting to whenever we get to these discussion boards, but please take them seriously, please don't just show up as if you're just showing up for class, right? Show up with something to say. But let's keep it civil. We will have a couple of debates that might get a little thorny. Some debates about what art is appropriate for a city, some debates about whether or not the city ought to put money into a public arena to support, say, an NFL franchise. So there are some big issues to discuss. Let's be nice. Let's write in complete sentences. Let's be appreciative of everybody's work. And if you have any questions at all about the discussions, about the processes there, the quizzes, the papers, please just email me if anything's ever unclear. All right, so that is our first section. Please get through this entire area. Please read this material. Once you've done that, please go over to the weekly course content tab. Sorry, that's actually kind of hard to say. And you'll see here under this page that you've got each week sort of lined out, right? Each week you'll see an idea of sort of what to expect. So for example, week 1, we're getting into ancient Greece. Here you will learn some of the expectations of the course, which you're doing right now. You'll explore the role of the city in history. There's a video for that. And you'll start reading Antigone. Get after it. There are some tasks you'll have to do this week. You'll need to read and review all the items in this folder. You'll need to contribute to 2 discussions. And then you'll get after that out and about assignment that we referenced earlier. So click on that first tab or that first link, and you'll find more information. One of the things to consider, please, when you're looking at the materials in the folders, I did put them in there in a particular order. So take a look at the videos and the readings in the order that they're presented. The idea is to there's sort of a logic to it, I hope. Then the next idea is to remind you to budget your time. This is a 3-hour course conducted over 8 weeks in the summer. So as you know, that means you're typically expected to spend 10 to 12 hours a week on your class. Some weeks you'll spend that much time. Some weeks you might spend more. It really just depends on your reading and writing style and how you process information. Sometimes there'll be less to do, sometimes there'll be a little more. Try to set aside a specific time each week, maybe 4 o'clock every day. Maybe you're a morning person like me and 6 o'clock in the morning is the best time for you to work. So each day at 6, do a little work. Maybe you have your Tuesdays and Thursday afternoons free. Set those days aside to work, right? Try to do so in a focused manner. Please do check your email each day. Please do check to make sure there's nothing new at Blackboard. I tend to try to follow the syllabus and the content here, but if there's a problem, if there's a break in a link, you just never know what's going on, please just check in. If for some reason I didn't get your assignment and I'm looking for it, you may not know if you don't check your email. So go through these things, as we said before, one at a time. First things is first things, and here you'll find a PowerPoint slideshow on art in the city, and you'll find a video on the history of the city. So take a look there. Again, then there's a discussion on the history of Athens, and then there's Athens and Antigone, the play. Under graded assignments, you'll find a list of things that need to get done this week. So a discussion, there's one on introductions, another discussion that's a reflection on that video for the history of the city, or the city and history. And then your first writing assignment is due Monday, June 17th. And so if you get to this, you'll see that you can download this file, open it up, and you'll get a prompt. Let me get this so it's easier to see. Alrighty, so here we are, out and about in your city. And it can be any city you like. So as we said before, the aim of this assignment is to find a venue, to find an event in your city that's supported by city tax dollars. Why does and we want it to be city tax dollars because we want it to be something that the city actually supports. People put their money where their mouths are, right? So this is something money is a precious commodity to a city. So why are resources put into this, right? It seems to be important to the city, right? Okay. So go to this event, go to this venue. Present then, we have here, present your results in writing. Please take care to present your writing in a professional manner. Please offer one paragraph on what you did and where you went. Right? Then offer another paragraph on how your event reflects one of the goals of the creative spirit component of this course. So pick one of these goals, identify that goal, and then discuss for us how the event you went to, how the venue you attended actually addresses, in your opinion, this goal. We want you to then write that up, post it at the discussion board at Blackboard related to this assignment. Please do so no later than midnight on Monday, June 17th. All right, so I think that's about it on the navigation, right? You want to do the begin here. You want to do your weekly course content. If you'd like to look at all the discussions as they line out, here they are, one after another, on that discussion tab, right? See it over here. No announcements just yet. And then there's your grade book as well. So, let's back up. And one more time. And I guess I would just like to say at this point, thank you very much for your attendance to this class. Thanks for your patience and the time you've given this video. And please get started on your course. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to email, call. I'm happy to help you out. I must tell you, I'll warn you right away, I have a reputation for bugging the living daylights out of people on these classes. I want you to meet your deadlines. I'll send you lots of reminders. But please keep up with the reminders yourself. I don't know if you get the same view that I do, but if you're over here and you see in your courses, my courses, and then Newman University, if it's helpful to you, you can go to Newman University and then click on, under Tools, Calendar. And when you do so, if it's helpful, some people like these things, some people don't, go to June, and as you can see from this calendar, here are the assignments already starting to populate your calendar, right? And as you can see, you typically have 2, maybe 3 things due a week. And I'm just trying to keep you busy, keep you on your toes, keep you engaged in the class. And again, no one assignment will tank you, but if you do them all, I think you'll be pleased with your grade. So, good luck, get busy, and please let me know if you have any questions on our class. Thank you.